In a world where Aaron's running out of original intros. I don't know how to follow that up. But anyway, welcome to another Can of Worms episode for the Saved for the podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron, and I'm joined today by
the other movie announcer.
Batman.
Oh, yeah. I accidentally used my real name, but I am Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. Who's also a movie announcer.
Want to know how I got these scars? Because he does that a lot. R.I.P. Heath Ledger. Anyway, you will be missed. Welcome to another Can of Worms episode for the Save Before the podcast. I'm Aaron, he's Neiman, and this is Dumb.
Yes.
End the episode.
Yay!
Yay! All right. Send us questions. All right, no.
And with that,
yeah. I am currently, I went out to pour tea just before the podcast started, and I realized I'm out of, okay, here's the thing, right? You you decadent Americans have your little tea bags.
yes,
what you did.
right.
I do it the old-fashioned way with the
the whole
the concentrated leaf juice along with hot water. Except
Ooh.
what do you mean ew? That's how we do it. That's like
ew, traditional tea.
Tradition. All right.
Tradition.
Dude, I don't know why Fiddler on the Roof is coming up a lot recently on my mind.
Maybe it's because
funny thing, our mutual friend and one time guest star in our podcast, Alex Mason, recently texted me saying that she caught herself singing "If I Was a Rich Man" while working. And I found that really entertaining, and I was so proud of her because I do that.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I'm not as familiar with wow, I totally just had a brain fart during that moment. Yeah, I did have an Aaron moment at that exact moment. That was kind of strange.
Yes.
But I'm not.
Oh, schnitzel biscuits. I forgot to start the timer.
Good thing I did.
Cool.
So
what time are we on?
We both have timers. We're at 3 minutes.
Oh, jeebus.
So it's all
please
good.
Finish your point before I bury myself in the depths of my shame.
It's okay. I'll help you. So I'm not as familiar with Fiddler on the Roof as I am with other musicals, just because my first and so far only production I've seen of Fiddler on the Roof was at Segerstrom, which, if you don't know, is it's in South Coast, or right next to South Coast Plaza, and it's basically the biggest theater place near Irvine, right? Or really in Orange County, now that I think about it. It's like the theater, basically, of Orange County. And when we did see it, we saw it in a very high back part of the mezzanine, right? And so I could barely see anything. I could kind of make out. Did you go? Did you see that?
No. I remember you guys went, and I was pissed because I couldn't go, and I'm a huge Fiddler on the Roof fan. And then I guess the person playing Tevye visited the school. Yeah.
Oh no, it was one of the, I can't remember the name of the character, but not Tevye.
Right, not Tevye. Sorry,
but a different guy.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right.
Because he came during class,
Wolf?
I think. Yeah, I think so. One of them. I can't remember. But I think it was like a uni alum, so that's why.
There's Mary Laser Wolf. All right, I'm sorry.
I pity them both.
All right. Yes.
Again, I am not familiar with many of the.
I was essentially fed popular Turkish movies as a child. So yeah, it's like consume the media, like that kind of fed, right? So, and these were old popular Turkish movies. So, Fiddler on the Roof was
Oh,
one
so
of
you watched
them.
the film
Yeah, I
version?
watched the film
Okay.
version, and I immediately was captivated. And I guess
Yeah.
that's why I'm a depressed theater person now. Why is it? I swear to God, I'm gonna close my window, and one of these days, I'm just gonna go up to my landlord and be like, "Why? Why today? Why now? Oh my goodness!"
So that's a moment of Aaron
Gosh
closing his window.
darn machinery, butchering my plant friends. All right, so yeah,
Yeah, don't you just hate it when people
yeah,
butcher plans?
yeah. There you go. Like if you were gonna do this to them anyway, why would you plant them there in the first place? But anyway, tea. Except not really. It's more like lukewarm water at this point.
Yes.
But you know what? I'm still cool with it. Now I'm gonna search up what the effects of that are, and it's gonna be like, prolonged usage of lukewarm water melts your throat.
Yes.
Like,
That's
and
exactly what lukewarm water is known for. The number
yeah, there you
one
go.
killer of throats.
Hey man, I saw what those fuckers did to rocks in the beach. Okay, I don't know what they're gonna do to my throat.
You bring up a good
Did I
point. You bring up a
wait?
good point.
Did I just achieve the logic of anti-vaxxers on accident? The fuck
I
did
mean,
the
it's
fuck just
possible.
happened? But yeah, like Fiddler on the Roof was one of them. Zorba. This,
Wow, just the train of thought just like like it didn't even like go on a different track. It
oh
literally just
no.
like
Oh
grew legs
no.
and then just
Oh
walked
yeah.
away.
It,
That was
yeah.
great. That was great.
We're like my train of thought is a nightmarish version of Thomas the Tank Engine where it just you know it launches itself from rail to rail and
That's awesome.
now that I visualize it, it's actually really fun. I like the concept.
It is,
It's one of the it's one of those weird children's movie scenes, where a train hops from track to track, and it's like,
yeah.
I don't know, I like that concept.
Yeah.
If you couldn't notice already, this podcast is essentially, watch Aaron slowly mentally deteriorate while Neiman tries to make a point.
That is, in summation, what the
Yes.
podcast is.
Yes. But yeah, Fiddler on the Roof was one of them. Zorba was one of my other favorite one. Um gosh, I
I can't say I'm familiar with Zorba.
right. It was essentially like this up and coming English gentleman meets this, rowdy, rough Greek, and they, start on these business ventures, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
whole lot of shenanigans. And my favorite scene from that was when they got drunk, with a bunch with a bunch of Orthodox priests. Where okay,
Wow, the context for that is great.
yeah, it's you had to be there.
Yeah, you had to be there to
Yeah.
really, right? Yeah.
Like it's been a while since I've watched it, so I'm not if there were any racist or sexist sentiments in that movie, I'm gonna be really sad because I actually enjoyed that movie as a child.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah,
So being fed
being
Turkish
fed,
media
indeed,
is always a good thing.
yes, indeed. Unless it's being fed these days, which is mostly propaganda.
That's what I hear, right? I saw
Yes.
TikTok. I saw TikTok recently of
Oh, with the American politics versus Turkish
yes,
politics.
that you
Yeah,
probably seen it then.
yeah. Yeah. I was actually browsing on the Saved for the Podcast
Mm-hmm.
account.
Yeah.
Follow us on you. But I make sure not to follow anyone or not to like any videos on that account because I don't know, I don't know period.
The algorithm,
Yeah, I don't know
right?
what the
Yeah.
algorithm will, pop in front of us, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And I was watching it and it was like, that's more of local politics though, more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Because, worldwide, like not worldwide, sorry. Yeah. Um
Yeah.
because, nationwide politics, it's more like uh not too sure. Like, the ruling party likes to build up straw men just to tear them down while the opposition tries to organize protests and, like make sure the elections are monitored and whatnot. While meanwhile, it accounts for nothing because the ruling party ends up, uh, you know, faking rigging the elections anyway, making sure
Dang.
they come out on top. So it's a whole lot of mess,
I
essentially.
imagine. I
Yeah.
imagine it would. Right.
And the worst part about it is whenever it's close, it's like whenever it's like, 51 to 49%, loss for the opposition, it's like, they try to paint the picture of it as a victory,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like they try to give hope while it's just not there. Voter apathy is all the way up there, and it's just not in an American sense, because voter apathy is only 14% in Turkey.
Wow.
Meanwhile, it's nearly 50% in America. So go vote. Get rid of the orange men with the Gestapo. Speaking of Gestapos,
Speaking of Gestapos,
yes. Uh, I'm glad this
no,
train of thought has actually brought us to a valid point that
that's
we agreed
right.
to make. Yeah.
Yes.
Um. So Portland. Apparently, there are snatch squads now. And I feel like there's a joke in there somewhere that a comedian is going to be doing in a few years, but right about now, it's not exactly a joking type, like, not the time, not the place. So, if I didn't come to America for this shit, it's just, I swear to God. If anyone claims that America is the bastion of democracy and, it's just like, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of religion. No,
Mm-hmm.
no, those barriers are slowly coming down and we're watching them come down. And it is sad for it to do so. Because I, like many other Turkish children, grew up with the knowledge that America was the, the capital of democracy.
Mm-hmm.
It was this wonderful land of opportunity where if you won,
Mm-hmm.
you immediately succeeded in the eyes of everyone back in Turkey. And now that I'm here, oh boy, was I wrong. And was everyone else back home wrong with me?
Mm-hmm.
Because holy shit. I don't know how you guys are gonna recover from this, all right? Like, I can always go back to Turkey because the travel ban isn't taking place, because once again, there is, in fact, an authoritarian puppet on the Turkish,
Right. Right. Right.
as the Turkish figurehead. But I just.
It's rough. It's
It's
rough.
rough. It's rough watching this happen, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to kind of like from my parents' perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also have a similar, or how should I word this? So so my parents are immigrants too, right?
Right.
And they come from the Philippines, and they also, and it's a little, I guess, tricky with my parents, in that they kind of they also grew up in the Philippines, and were kind of had this notion of America that's like the ticket, right? That's like, that's the golden ticket. It's this land of opportunity. And
like you can get rich and famous here, but unless you have something of like a something of like a foothold in America, like
right.
Can you really say you're successful? Can you really say you're rich? Like that's
Right.
kind of the
Yeah. And yeah, it's a very interesting thing, I guess, to put it
yeah
in the most simple terms. But it's, I guess, interesting to think about, especially from my position, right? Someone who's grown up in America, who can recognize, all of these flaws, right? Which is,
right
and that's not to say, people out from outside of America can't recognize it too, because, let's be honest, America is a laughing stock of the entire
oh yeah
world. So,
oh don't worry, it has been for the last 4 years.
yeah, no, it really is.
You should see the
We're
Turkish memes. They are just I can't be
I'd
bothered to
love to.
translate them, but they're just there,
Yeah, I mean, we're basically the Jersey Shore of the world, where like everyone's, like turning on the channel to see what's America up to today, right? Like
Yeah.
it's like, oh my gosh, it's like what the president is kidnapping people now. It's like
Yeah.
I didn't
Like
really expect it, but now it's my entertainment, right? It's like
see, here's the thing though. Even though America is the laughingstock of the world, right? There's still the sense of dread that this global superpower that has been under that has essentially occupied parts of the world, even though it claims to be isolationist and minding its own business. Let's be honest, that's not true. Even like this is a legitimate nuclear superpower that has been figureheading, right? Uh, like just a global alliance against
mm-hmm,
blank. All right,
mm-hmm,
that blank can be filled with whatever the oil corporations are
mm-hmm.
deciding what it is at this point.
Yeah.
However, this is a global superpower, and the president is the essentially the national figurehead of this figurehead. So the fact that the figurehead is a bloated orange that has that has you know dabbled in money laundering in his past and has lied about his financial situation and has been deemed to be mentally unfit to rule this country, right? Is in fact ruling this country and doing a shit job about it, and is also militarizing the police and, you know, essentially ripping apart the Constitution metaphorically.
Mm-hmm.
Or, literally too. I don't know what's going on in the White House.
You never know, right?
You never know. Yeah, as far
Right.
as we're concerned, while he was going on his Twitter rants, he wiped his ass with it and just flushed it down the toilet. And we
That's
wouldn't be
true.
surprised. That's on brand for our bloated toddler in chief. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
quite so.
Unfortunately. And I'm
Mm.
saying our like I'm actually like accepted in America. Jeez, look at me.
It's all good,
Yeah.
right? You're just utilizing the First Amendment, right? Which
Oof.
sometimes, could be.
Right. See, that's the thing. The first, like, what I'm getting from this is that the First Amendment only applies to you if you're literally a Nazi or a Confederate or like, something else other than that. You know, like there's a big ol' asterisk right next to the First Amendment stating that, you have to follow certain guidelines, government mandated guidelines if you
Yeah.
actually want to, be freedom of speech. You're only free in America if you aren't Black, Hispanic, gay, an immigrant, like the list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's rough.
just,
It's rough.
it is in fact rough.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just rambling at this point.
That's okay. That's okay. That's what we're here for, right?
Right.
Um, uh, yeah, it's a rough situation, and let me drink some water first.
There you go.
Yeah, it's really, again, interesting, especially, coming from, this position of privilege, right? Because, I have lived a privileged life, and I will admit that, right? And it comes with
Time
its,
to eat Neiman.
I know,
Eat the rich.
I am part of the rich. Isn't that crazy? Oh,
Whoa!
I know. And
I've been dabbling with the bourgeoisie this entire time.
It's me. The
No.
bourgeoisie. It's
No.
been me this entire time, right?
I should have known. With the ceiling fan that's slowly peeking out in your webcam.
Oh, yes. Yeah, ceiling fans are a sign of status, I know.
Yes.
Just like my horses and my fancy blankets and boxes that you can also see in the background with all my other clothes.
Right on.
All symbols of wealth.
All symbols of your decadence.
Yes, that's right. I don't dabble in your measly blinds and whatever that is next to your bed. I think is a pile of clothes? Question mark?
No, that's my sock pile.
Oh, well, I was right. That is clothes.
I mean, kind of, yeah. Like, speaking of, oh gosh, wait, oh god, gosh darn it, my little chessboard is right underneath my sock pile. I probably need to like get that out and put it on my bookshelf instead. Anyway, though.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway.
Um.
Yeah, America's a dictatorship now, apparently.
Yes.
Because the Republicans are, covering their ears, closing their eyes, pretending that everything is fine. The GOP cannot claim that they're defenders of democracy after this shit they pulled. It's just, no.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you had your chance to prove that you were better than this, and you failed miserably.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, Kanye West is running for president now, apparently.
Yes, he is. And I remember.
I didn't want to acknowledge this in the previous episodes, but no.
It is interesting. It is, I remember back in 2016, when, the first elections were going on for Mr. Orange himself.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that video.
Wait, no, let's call him Bunker Boy.
Bunker Boy?
There you go, Bunker Boy, yeah.
There you go, Bunker Boy.
I mean, that's one of his nicknames that really pisses him off, but I don't know.
Yes.
Because Orange Man, man, that's really assuming much. Bunker Boy, that's more generalized because he was in a bunker and he is a toddler, so Bunker Boy.
Yes. Back when Mr. Bunker Boy over here was still, being elected into the office, I remember seeing the video of Kanye being like, I'm going to be running for the 2020 election. And I remember everyone thinking it was a joke. And yet here we are. I didn't actually think it would happen. But amidst all the things that have happened within these 6 months of 2020,
right?
It's not hard to believe, surprisingly.
Uh-huh. I mean, when I heard about Kanye planning to run for president in the 2020 election, part of me knew that it was gonna happen because he is stupid enough to do something like that. I just didn't want to believe it. I just didn't. Here's the thing, right? I appreciate his music.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate his lyrical creativity, right? But then he goes on an interview and he opens his bitch mouth and no.
Mm-hmm.
Same with his rally, like part of me was hopeful, maybe he learned that no, slavery was in fact a brutal institution that was
Yeah.
enforced upon his
Yeah.
race. But no, no, no,
It's
no, it's
rough.
worse. It's worse.
Hmm.
Maybe a part of me hoped that this would be a candidate that would be away from all the drama, away from all the politics.
Yeah.
Part of me hoped that he would step away from his friendship with the bunker boy and he would be running as an actual independent candidate, right?
Hmm.
But no, no. He got his government mandated, rich people check, and he just gobbled it up, and now he's running for president because, of course, that's what. Jesus Christ.
Quite so. Quite so.
Apparently, that's what rich people do when they're bored these days. They make a mockery of the democratic process by running for president with a bitch like just like my mind is currently just like doing a steep dive into just
That's
like
okay.
bitch fuck
That's okay.
it's just
Right?
like it's angry.
Yes. And you should be, right? I mean, why
Yeah.
is it that, our modern politics, right, in 2020,
Yeah.
after at least 2 centuries of being a country, why is it still resorting to this, right? I mean,
To be fair, the cracks were showing in the past. Like,
well, that's true, right? But I mean, what I mean by that is, you'd think after, however many years of being alive, as a country, you think we'd at least improve in some ways or another. But, it's a little bit rough for America, I
right.
will say. And, it's,
Yeah. If you don't know what we're talking about, look up the Wilmington insurrection, North Carolina.
yes,
So yeah.
yes, yes.
Um but yeah. Oh, also the bath riots.
Yes.
What was that? What was that? Was that
I didn't hear anything.
Huh, interesting. It almost felt like communist Aaron is joining us to deliver his manifesto, but you know what?
Oh,
No, I
really?
guess I guess we're not ready for that yet.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
no, me neither. Anyway, though, um, Jesus Christ. You know,
Jesus Christ, indeed.
Jesus Christ, indeed. I'm actually seeing. Okay, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing that really
What have I
that.
done?
No, here's the thing that really pisses me off. All right,
Jesus?
I saw. Sure. Let's go with no. I saw a post the other day that was saying these are the countries that allow American travel to them currently, and it's just a handful of countries, including Turkey, unfortunately, and one of the and it was so funny, it was so on brand. One of the military LARPing, like just like one of those accounts, right?
Okay.
Like the profile pic was like essentially them dressed up as in camo outfit with an AR-15.
Was this an actual soldier, or was this a LARPer?
It was a LARPer, let's
Oh,
be
okay.
honest. So
Okay.
yeah, like he responded right to this post saying as if imaginary lines can keep us from traveling through countries, and I was like, it was
Hmm.
so funny, like a furry account, right, with literally a fursona and a pride flag in the background, replied to that. So now you're supporting illegal immigration, and it was the funniest
Mm-hmm.
thing. It's just it just shows
Yeah.
the cracks in their arguments,
Hmm.
they support controlling illegal immigration unless it's them. They support gun control unless it's the
Yeah.
second class citizens buying the guns.
It's rough. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's one thing I've noticed too with I think a lot of people I've talked to,
Hmm.
and I've even caught this in myself, tend to, and not all the time, but be inconsistent with some of the
Right.
beliefs. And I'm trying to think of like a specific case, but I mean, well, yeah. I mean, a specific case would be
Right.
exactly what
Yeah.
you mentioned, right? It's not illegal immigration if we do it, right? Which is very
Right.
inconsistent. And
It
I think,
is.
I think as a sorry to ramble about psychology a little bit,
Mhm.
but I think is an interesting question of life, right? Of why is it that we're very inconsistent with our beliefs, right? Why is it that we think
Or
so
specifically the American
emotionally?
conservatives.
Right.
Yeah.
But
If you don't know what we're talking about, look up the conservative response for the Black Panther movement.
what?
Oh,
What?
what was that? What was it?
My
Oh,
gosh,
jeez. Yeah, one of
I
these
thought it was
days.
an airplane, maybe, or
Yeah, there you go.
something.
One of
Yeah.
these days, the Can of Worms episode is just gonna start by "Workers of the world unite." It's just gonna, and it's just gonna be. It's like that will be the point where
Hmm.
I just take over the podcast because you're Ethan, because of course you're the rich.
I am indeed the
Yeah,
rich,
I'm
and
sorry. This is just standard procedure.
it is. Yes, I understand what has to happen. Right. I'll just take off my clothes now.
Oh
Okay.
God. Oh God. No.
Oh, it
Don't
is the.
remind don't remind me of the war genre, please.
Are we talking about Vor now, Aaron? Is that what we're
No.
going to? Is the
No.
train going to suddenly fly over to that track? Because I
No.
can go off
Thomas
on
the
that.
Tank. Keep Thomas the Tank Engine away from Vor. Okay. I see what they're doing on the internet with him. I don't
Yeah.
want him to be associated with Vor. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I
It's
think 30
interesting.
minute mark.
Yes. Yes, we are indeed past.
Dab.
Yes, dab indeed. But
What?
not
What?
the not a smoking dab.
Not a smoking dab. No.
The dance
Intellectual
move.
dab.
The
Oh,
intellectual dab that
yes.
came out in like 2014 or
Indeed.
something like that.
Yes.
So,
It was a while back. Hold on. Let me check. Let me
yeah.
check. Yes. When did dab become
Remember.
popular? There we go. Oh, for a second there, I thought my internet disconnected, but you know what? No. Okay. It was
2016.
no 2015 actually. I think
Oh,
it
okay.
would appear.
Okay, that sounds about right. I think it was freshman year when it was still
Yeah.
kind of relevant.
Ew, freshman.
I know. Isn't that
Disgusting.
gross?
Children.
Man, that was back when it was interesting because a little bit of a tangent, but it was interesting because in my
What a
freshman year,
concept.
I know
A tangent
tangents,
in this podcast.
right?
Whoa.
Gosh, I feel like the day one of our podcasts actually has a train of thought that stays on track for the entire 60 minutes, I think
Right.
is actually going to be the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
Like that'll be
it
the
will, yeah.
marker, because that would mean one of us is definitely out of the loop
Oh yeah.
or just kind of out of it. Just because if we're actually focusing for 60 minutes, that would be very impressive.
Listen, you are my impulse control, okay? Like if you are out of the loop, then it's just gonna be incoherent rambling from here on out. So yeah. But if I'm out of the loop, it's gonna be proper conversation and
yeah, and we can have
intellectual discussion.
it'll be like an NPR interview, right?
Yeah.
It'll be like
Stimulate your senses as you stimulate your ideologies.
oh yes. Yes, ideologies was a word I was thinking of for sure. Definitely not any other word.
He's talking about dick.
Yes.
Dick balls, cool.
It is a Can of Worms episode, so you can say all those things.
Butthole, two guys kissing. Gay.
Oh my gosh, no. You're gonna scare off all the conservative listeners of the show. Don't do that.
The audience can't see me right now, but I'm just giving Neiman just that. Just the look. You guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean by when I say the look.
Yeah, he's looking at me with
disappointment and disapproval.
Yes.
Yes.
Quite so.
I am out of lukewarm water. Now I shall die. And I think the machinery outside of my house is actually quieted down, so I'm gonna open my window and not suffocate.
Oh, please. That would be a very good thing for both of us, to keep you alive, that is.
I live.
Welcome back.
Good to be back. So you were mentioned. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
Is it? Is it? All right.
Hem.
Yes. I saw the video of a kid doing a fake cry the other day, and it was the funniest thing ever.
Fake
It
crying.
was just like it was, I think, during like an acting performance, right? And the kid wasn't crying at that point, so he had to force himself to cry, right? He was like, delivering his line,
Yeah.
and the director was shouting like, cry now, cry now, cry now, like, and he just went, and he was just like, what's going on? And it was the
Oh my
funniest, and
God.
it was the
That's so
funniest thing
funny.
ever. It was just,
I feel like that's definitely something I would have done like as a uh beginner actor. I
yeah,
think
yeah.
if someone literally just said cry now, I probably just would have been like like am I crying? Like so
Oh gosh,
that's
yeah.
funny.
Crying turns you into ASB.
That's right.
Not
Eh,
AASB, not a part of the ASB. The ESB. Oh God, not the ESB.
the
ASB. Jesus Christ.
yes, Jesus
America.
Christ indeed.
Oh my gosh, Neiman, stop.
All I'm doing is saying his name.
I mean, this is a good Christian podcast, so.
Oh yeah, no, we hate illegal immigrants.
Oh my
We
gosh. Okay, stop.
I'm kidding,
Whoa.
of course. I'm kidding. Gosh.
Okay. Yeah, there you. Jeez. So yeah. And there goes my mind. There we go.
The train has stopped.
Yeah, there you go. When the internet doesn't disconnect, my
Your brain
mind
does.
really does. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Oh
Well, it's
gosh.
good to know that the brakes of the train are working. So there's that.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna
Tom,
keep
Thomas the Tank. Yeah.
sustaining this train metaphor for as long as possible.
All right. Great. Oh boy.
I mean, we could do a helicopter metaphor instead, because then at least there's no you just have a general direction of where the helicopter is going, but there's no track,
I mean, not
right?
really, because like helicopters are currently being used as a transphobic term by some people to make fun
Really?
of them. Yeah.
Oh, I did not
Yeah,
know
like,
that. I
"Hey,
genuinely did not know that.
yeah, like, oh yeah, I identify as an Apache helicopter," and they kind of like
Ah,
explained it,
oh, you
but
mean
they
that?
kind of
Yeah.
didn't. So, and I don't know the exact like uh situation with that currently, and so I just like let's keep with the train metaphor
Yes. Yes,
because
yes, yes.
because it can also be used as a sex symbolism. All right.
Yes, quite so.
Now that you're doing the editing, I'm gonna do less and less like voice effects, I guess, because I don't want you to have an aneurysm while editing, like I
That's
did.
okay. That's okay. Right? I
No, it's
mean,
not.
no, it
Your
really is.
your your poor bourgeoisie hands can't
I
handle
know.
extensive hours of editing.
How can I do it? I'll
Oh
just
my
drink a lot
god.
of water, right?
Hydrate, y'all.
Yeah, I got my water and my coffee mug and my I don't know, my lint roller. All signs of
Are you gonna
status.
are you gonna eat the lint roller?
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
there you
it
go.
like a
That's
popsicle.
what the yeah there. Oh God, no. Your tongue went like your tongue got close to that for a second, and I was like, I like literally clenched both of my fists.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
clickbait.
So yeah.
At least it's not gore.
Clickbait. Yeah. Neiman eats a
Neiman eats lint roller.
shocks. Gone wrong. Gone sexual. Not clickbait.
Right.
Uh,
I don't
what
even
else?
remember.
What else is there in clickbaity titles? Gone sexual, not
red background or some neon colored background.
Yeah.
You know.
No, neon colored background and sexy woman.
Yes.
And since it's only us in the podcast, I guess I have to be the sexy woman. Oh boy, oh boy.
Right. That doesn't bother me.
Really?
Yes. No, that doesn't bother old Neiman whatsoever. Yes.
And we're back. Sorry about that. My internet was doing a finicky foo and I had to reconnect it. Also, I took a piss.
No, it was just the internet. It's just the internet. I don't know what.
Yeah, just the internet. Just the internet. Okay, here's the thing, right? I don't like the stigma against normal bodily function. Like, here's the thing, right? Like, I get that people have something against sweating and, like bodily odor. And I'm one of those people. Like, I don't like it when people next to me smell. Right? Like, it's just like,
it's hygiene.
And the argument of, like the skin taking care of itself and like,
my body, my choice.
Yeah. That's bullshit. Right? like you take a fucking bath. You stink. So like I get that, but peeing and pooping, right? That's like you have to do it, right? Like if you refuse to do it, it actually has some health complications that comes with it, right? So it's like I just like whenever I'm with respectful guests in my house, right? I'm like, I have this urge to just get up and just, announce to the room, I'm gonna take a big old shit, and just walk on over to the bathroom with the sound of applause in the background.
Oh, amen. That's the world. I keep arguing about this with my brother all the time because my brother and I share a bathroom, right?
Right.
And it's one of those like connected like I'm literally looking at it right now where
right.
It's a connected bathroom, so you can go in through the bathroom to my brother's room because they're connected.
Bourgeoisie.
I know, very upper class. I know, right?
Oh my god.
But
that's
again,
like a secret escape in case people come to eat you.
Oh yes, that's right. I mean, the only downside is now there's 2 entries, and so if I ever want privacy, that's impossible. Which sucks. But anyway, but because we have a connected bathroom, I'm always using that bathroom to like poop or pee or whatever. And a little TMI warning, just so you know, for any of the I guess not really faint of heart, but I guess are just easily grossed out.
Right.
But I'm always pooping.
Are you gonna describe your shit?
No. I mean, I can.
No, don't, please.
But because I
doubt we've come to that point as a podcast.
Yeah,
we can't afford to do that, please.
Right. We need a bigger audience first, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I can. Right.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I can describe what my shit looks like, literally.
Yeah, there you go.
But
shit interpreting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
It's like I feel like the curvature really accentuates the curvature of life.
Stop.
I mean, it's brown. I'll tell you that much. So.
What a fucking concept.
Well, I mean, at least it's not like red or something, which I've had before. It's not good.
I mean, I think there's something wrong with you. Mine is bright green, and I'm perfectly healthy. So it's obviously something up with you. So.
Oh yes. No, mine's purple.
Yeah.
Anyway,
mine is bright orange, fading into black.
Oh my gosh! I want to dye mine yellow. I think it's a really good.
I wanted to have 2 tones.
I wanted to come out in two. Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
That's probably gonna be a thing. Like, there's already sort of like pixie dust you can inhale, turning your shit into gold.
Oh yeah. No, I'm sure it exists.
Coloring shit is just around the corner. There's probably gonna be stuff you can put, like stuff you can consume that's gonna like give your shit some like, a a good taste, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So
The
that
future is now.
yes, the future is now. It's
Right?
gonna be. Oh God. So you were describing your bathroom.
I was describing my bathroom, and my point originally was going to be that in regards to kind of how you were saying, announcing poop, right?
Right.
I mean, I'm always arguing with my brother about this because our family is very, I guess, comfortable with each other in the sense that we always, poop and pee with our doors open,
Mhm.
right? There, I mean, that's just like a thing that we've grown up with. Like my parents are constantly pooping and peeing with the door open, and so it's just been very normalized in our family. And so I mean, and because of the connected bathroom, and I know it annoys my brother so much, but I do it anyway. But I always poop and pee with the door open, and he's like, Neiman, close the gosh darn door, man. I'm trying to watch my Korean drama right now. So, but I'm like,
Wait,
free the
where?
poop.
Okay, where does he
Um,
watch it from? Where does he watch it from?
I'd have to check the site. I don't know.
No, no.
Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, I mean,
God
which
bless your soul.
device? Which device?
Oh, he watches it. He watches it mostly on his laptop.
Shit on his laptop to assert dominance.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I'll do.
Yes.
I mean, he wakes up at like 4 in the afternoon anyway, so I can just do it.
There
Like
you
I
go.
can do it right now if I wanted to. In all
Do it.
honesty,
Do
and he
it. Do
wouldn't
it right
know.
now. Do
Yeah,
it.
I will. I'll keep the microphone on.
All right. No, go ahead. Go ahead,
Hmm?
Neiman.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay, great. Let
Right
me
there.
let me go.
No
right
balls.
now.
No
Let me,
balls.
God.
Okay.
So
But
this
yeah,
is what
that's the
happens after
yeah.
45 minutes of being on this podcast.
Yes. By the way, 45-minute mark.
Right.
So yeah, that's the liberal agenda. Free the poop.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't just stop. We don't just stop at
Oh yeah.
human beings.
We don't just stop with actual humanitarian aid to people who need it and universal health care and human rights oversight. It's no, we're going all the way.
Yeah,
We're freeing the poop.
that's right. Poop deserves rights.
One day it's going to be acceptable to walk into it, like to be working in Starbucks, seeing a customer you don't like, just shitting in their latte and giving it to them, and you can't be held accountable.
Right.
Just shit, just they see you doing it, but they can't say anything about it because it's totally legal. And if you say anything about it, you're gonna get arrested by the gay police and put to death
Yes.
through vor.
Exactly.
There you go.
Wow, that's it. That's
They're
really
gonna vor you, Neiman. They're gonna vor
That's my
you
punishment?
They're gonna vor you for complaining about shit in your latte.
But what if I'm into that, Aaron? Huh?
Then
Have you ever thought about that?
the shit latte.
Oh man,
Oh God.
vor, am I right?
Speaking of consuming.
Speaking of consuming,
No, because the word consume reminds me of the meme consume the cum chalice.
I can't say I'm familiar with
Right.
that.
So a bit of context, right? A few years back, there was essentially like a demo for a game by the name of Yandere Simulator.
I
And
am familiar with that. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. And a bunch of big YouTubers actually played that game because it somehow it went viral, and a bunch of big YouTubers did playthroughs about it, and it was it was nice. It was fine. And the person responsible for the creation of this demo, Yandere Dev, decided, hey, why not go with it? Because it was released on April 1st. So I there's debate over whether or not it was a joke, but we're here now. It has been in development for about 6 years now.
I have heard that, yes.
And it's still pretty basic shit. Yeah. He Yandere Dev has been essentially getting donations from his Patreon, and he's been using them for personal things, let's just say, right? And you can look them up yourself. it's uncomfortable seeing them. Anyway, and he has been, he has done a bunch of creepy things over the years, right? But most recently, most of the stuff he's been pulling, right, has been resurfacing to bite him in the ass. And he's come up with bullshit excuses to defend his name and all that kind of jazz. But at this point, it's pretty clear that he is falling out of favor upon the Council of Internet. So, and to make
Council
matters
of
worse,
Internet.
an indie game developer whose name I do not know actually is currently developing a game called Lovesick, and it is not a fan game, more of a spite game, I guess.
Oh, like in spite
Like
of any.
like you haven't been able to do this for 6 years because you've been squeezing money out of your like out of your cult of personality essentially, and we're just gonna do it to make sure you are seen as a bitch that you are.
Yes.
So hold on. Lovesick game developer.
Lovesick game. I'm also looking it up.
I think it actually had a change of name recently by the name of Love Letter. Not too sure though. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, R.I.P. Yandere Dev has been trending on the on the internet. The internets because
The
of a
interwebs.
thing, because of a big old no that he pulled. Essentially, when he found out about the development of the game, at first there was no hard feelings about the development, but like Yandere Dev kept on contacting the developer and was like, apologize, do this, do that, this is a dick move, that kind of thing, and it's malicious, this is bad, blah blah blah. And like eventually the developer actually did release a statement of apologizing, right? It was soon deleted, however, because yeah, Alex, who's Yandere Dev, his name is Alex, is just that just doesn't know when to stop, and has just been pushing a bunch of stuff. And when the developer essentially said, no, I will not stop developing this game, he went out and said, like, oh, like I'm not too sure about the specific text, but it implied that he was going to kill himself if the development of this game continued.
Interesting.
And that's just that just
it's
like
rough.
It just ugh.
It
is in fact rough. Yeah.
He, from my an outsider's perspective, right? I mean, I know basically the bare minimum of kind of the whole situation, just because I watched like one video back in like March of the whole, because there's like so many like different YouTube videos of Alex, and I mean in all honesty, I mean, he seems like a mentally unstable person.
Yeah, I feel bad when I see like memes making fun of him and whatnot, but like still, that's no excuse for a bunch of stuff he did. Like he's been abusing his friends, like no, not his friends, his fans emotionally over the past couple of years, and it's just bad. He defended pedophilia at one point as well. So
interesting.
That's pretty. That's
interesting.
That's pretty explanative. Sus. Yeah, that's pretty explanative of his character.
Little sus, yeah, I will say.
So
wow,
yeah,
what a
it's
guy.
Just, speaking of which, the reason we're having this conversation is because I was reminded of a meme that goes by "Consume the cum chalice."
Right, which I still don't know what it is.
So, like when he was younger, he released a video where he drank a chalice of milk because I'm
Alex
not too
did?
sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure about. Please don't use the word Alex. I don't want our friend and the lovely Alex Mason to be. Sorry. Yeah,
I totally did not associate the two in my head, so I appreciate you pointing that out.
Yeah, no, I just like it just, and I was like, no, we can't have no.
Yeah, I mean, so, yeah. I know like 5 different Alexes at this point, so
yeah, there you go. So yeah, and he essentially consumed a goblet of milk, and
Mm-hmm.
it resurfaced after a while with people making fun of him, and
Interesting.
like two of
Interesting.
the memes that are associated with him are "consume the cum chalice" and "Are you coding, son?"
Mm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
he's never coding. Let's be
Right.
honest.
Right.
He okay. Here's the thing that I've observed over the past few years. He's trying to distance himself with the development of the Yandere Simulator game, and instead going for a streamer lifestyle.
I do remember seeing that
Right.
in the little mini documentary that I watched, that he's focusing for some reason on streaming rather than coding.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's trying
and
to become a public figure instead of, like
a developer.
yeah, the developer of a game that hasn't been finished in over 6 years. And, not even finished. The first rival isn't even in yet. He promised to put in multiple rivals. I believe the number was 7. Not too
Mm,
sure. Have to look that up. But not even one of them are installed yet.
damn.
So yeah,
Is there a modded community in,
I'm
like, are
not
there,
too sure.
because I
See,
feel
here's the
like
thing: the programming of the game itself
it's
is
bad, right?
horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a meme all on its own. Just else if, else if, else if, else if, else if, else.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like even I, who've only taken programming classes at like and at a minimal extent, can
Hmm.
tell that this programming will not work and
Right.
is horrendous.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, uh, other
Now
than
I
that,
know
yeah.
what consume the cum chalices. I'm
There you
glad we
go.
had that conversation.
This podcast is me dragging you kicking and screaming into meme culture.
I know, because
Yeah.
someone of my status
Someone over
doesn't
here.
indulge in such a peasant memery, right?
Oh, don't you worry there, ma. Ma. Oh,
Yeah.
don't you worry there, ma. We'll make a meme historian out of you yet, ma.
Yes. Is that are you trying to mimic a Minecraft villager?
Not really. I'm trying to do the, I'm evil,
Oh, the
that thing.
yeah,
Yes, yes. Uh,
the
blah, blah, blah.
blah. One,
Bleh.
uh, two,
Two,
uh, uh.
three, come chalices. All right.
Oh God.
Jeez. I think we're approaching the end of our time. What's the time there, Neiman?
We are. We're at 58 minutes.
It
We're
feels good to
58.
say this,
So,
it feels like I'm powerful.
when you say what time?
What time is it, Neiman?
What time is it? Time of our lives. It's celebration.
The time of my life.
And never.
Who did that song?
I believe it's from the movie. It's from the movie Dirty Dancing. I know
Right.
that much. I
Oh
don't know
yeah,
who sang it.
I completely forgot that movie existed.
Yeah.
Was it
Um,
good?
I don't think I've actually seen the movie. I just know the song.
Oh,
Um,
jeez. Oh God, what have you done, Neiman? I'm just getting bombarded by old, shitty American movies that I've watched in the past, and they're just like, oh God.
is this one of the movies you watched in Turkish dub, or?
No, no, it's one of the movies I was forced to watch in school because the teacher didn't want to teach that day.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. So just like, well, let's watch Dirty Dancing, I
Yeah, there you
guess,
go.
of all movies.
Tip to any American, you can literally go to any country that you want, right? If you like, even if you don't have a college education, you can go to at least this is true for Turkey. You can go to any country that you want and just just apply for a teaching job in English. Just
Mhm.
like My qualifications speak for themselves. Yeah, there you go. So it's like, when in doubt.
Mm-hmm. And and as I take it, I think in a lot of I just pulled an errand.
Again. Whoa.
Right. So what I was going to say was, as I take it too, in from what I've heard of my teacher friends, and also just from teachers in general, people who have taught me, and also my friends who are also teachers, kind of thing, that teaching is also a thing where you can literally major in anything. And as long as you have basic people skills, teaching is something you can apply for. At least at the high school level, I think, is the highest level you can teach at with just any, like, a bachelor's degree.
Right.
So that's also like if all else fails, teaching should be the way to go. But teachers are the best.
Yeah.
So
the teachers are the best. Like the old saying goes, if you can't do, teach. If you can't teach, teach Jim.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right.
Yeah.
I that's interesting you say that, because I've always, when I've heard the phrase, if you can't, I think the exact phrasing is like, if you can't do, teach, or something. Yeah, something like you said.
Yeah.
Which I've always interpreted to be a diss towards teachers, because then it's sort of like you can't do it, but you're still trying to teach other people, which I think
there you go.
is complete bull. But
I don't know. Like, I just heard that yesterday, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there you go. Because I was feeling nostalgic and downloaded this shit app game. So, yeah.
Is it Subway Surfers?
No, it's Cheating Tom.
Is that the voice one? Oh no, I'm thinking of Talking Tom. Never mind. Talking Tom. Something I had on my mom's phone and found so entertaining.
Oh gosh, I just no. I remember playing Minecraft Pocket Edition from my dad's phone in the past. It was the highlight of my life. Yeah, back when I didn't know any better. Know any better of what, you might ask? Well, yeah.
It's okay. I
was about to make a point there somewhere. But now that that's gone, this has been.
This has been. Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
This has been Aaron Interrupts Neiman for 1 hour.
Yes, the alternative
ASMR
title.
edition.
Right.
Gone wrong, gone sexual, not clickbait. Please follow us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Spotify, and TikTok if you want, but there's only one video and it's not that good. Please send us questions through the form that shall be in the comment section.
Or text us.
Text us. Text us?
If you have our number.
Yeah, there you go. And if you don't have our number, don't.
Yes. Yeah, please don't randomly ask a question from an unidentified number. Like,
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's like, so how many kids do you want? And I'm just like, who is this? It's for the podcast.
If I got that text, I'd probably like go into cardiac arrest or something like that. Like, I'm not living for that Yandere simulator life, like
right.
Like, if someone called me senpai, that would probably trigger a fight response.
Aaron senpai.
I clenched my fist, Neiman. I was unironically about to punch my laptop because of that.
Oh no, you can't reach through the screen yet. Remember, that technology hasn't come yet. But one of these days it will.
Willy Wonka, get on that shit, B.
So, straight bars.
Yes. With that, thank you very much for listening. We love you.
Platonically. Platonically, of course.
Platonically, yeah. Platonic love, because that would be weird.
Yeah. We don't want any kids.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. There you go.
No, that's not. All right.
See you later. See you next time.